The Cajun fans, we're sitting in front of Coach Broadhead here at UL talking about women's basketball. And Coach, a little bit of excitement around the program. You guys have your first game this weekend, or actually your first scrimmage game. I guess it's an exhibition is the word I'm looking for against Centenary. But let's talk a little bit about the team and what you're trying to do. You've got some core players coming back, like Brooklyn Arsenault. You spoke a little bit about her in the previous press conference, and maybe one of those core players that you're going to try and get build around the program. So talk a little bit about her and the direction you guys are going.
Well, it's to me it's about building a complete team. So we're working with everybody. We have 5 freshmen, 4 sophomores, and 1 junior, 1 senior. So we're very young, and we're trying to base it on those 10, 11 kids, trying to get them to buy into our system and the type of system we're putting in. I've been coaching for a while, and I've been sticking with this system for a while. And it's mainly based on defense, and consistency is important to me. I find in young women, if we can get them consistently to work hard. So that's, we're doing a lot of coaching of effort right now. More so than the X and O's. If you would come into one of our practices, you would see that, man, what offense you're going to run and, what are you going to do? And we're not concerned about it right now. We're trying to make them understand that defense wins. We had a scrimmage at Northwestern on Saturday, and I liked our effort. I thought, wow, the lights came on and they showed up, and we had a lot of effort in everything we did, and I actually called a timeout. We did 2 halves, and we were able to call timeouts. And we were trying to run some offense. We have a little bit put in, and it seems like our kids were more worried about the offensive side of the ball, and called a timeout. And I said, we're not running any more offense. That's it. I don't want you to call the offense. I'm not going to call the offense. I want you to defend. And we wasn't defending like I thought we could have. We're really trying to teach them to get into gaps and certain specific things that we do, and they wasn't doing it. And they went out for the next 5 possessions and made stops. We called another timeout and said, this is exactly what's going to help us to win championships. And we never called a play from that standpoint. We still scored because we got some scores. We're going to have some kids that are going to be able to put the ball in the goal, get the ball to the rim. We need them to buy into the defensive side.
Coach, you get 2 preseason games or exhibition games, so you can either play scrimmages or exhibitions preseason every year. But what are you trying to get out of those kids in that situation? You want to put them in certain situations. You want to see how they react to certain things, and or what are your goals in those games? When you're playing those exhibitions.
Sure, I think the exhibition is it's a regular game. We try to get them the experience. You put them in the situation so you can hopefully prepare them for that. It's kind of like a pre-test. You want them to get out there and get some of the nerves out too. They're going to make a ton of mistakes, so it gives you opportunity to kind of see them in real action. A lot of kids, in practice they look really good, and you get into the games and the nerves and pressure. I honestly like to play 2 exhibitions a year. We have a choice if we can do 2 scrimmages or a scrimmage and an exhibition or 2. Coming in, I didn't have a choice. That's why we're only doing 1 exhibition. But I would really like to do 2 exhibitions because you're putting them under the lights. Even though it may not count, it does count for us in preparing them and to see where we're at. It's a good measuring stick to see as we go into November 9th where we might be. And it's a long process, especially the way I think we're going to build it. It's putting them in a position to see how they're going to do.
As we said, you got a few returning players to work with here, and Brooklyn Arsenault, of course, is one we mentioned. Robbie Brown, of course, the STM connection already here. Coach, you don't have a lot of height here, but you have a lot of kids, and specifically guard, forward type kids can play both ways or both positions, swing maybe to a 3 or 4 out there. How are you looking to approach that? Because you're not, when you sit down and you're going to play a Western Kentucky or Middle Tennessee, obviously those programs are top 25 programs, top 30 programs, and they're going to have the height, and you're going to have to deal with that. But how are you going to approach that?
Well, that's what I love about our game. There's 1,000 different ways to play it, 1,000 different ways to coach, and they're all right. And I learned a long time ago, it's not just about height. It's about rebound. You're talking about height. Okay, so what is that height going to do for you? I've recruited 6'3s that just couldn't rebound. I've recruited 6'2s that just couldn't guard, and our style of basketball, and you know, I know we are going to recruit bigger. We're going to recruit bigger, but not 6'3", 6'4". We don't really play with our back to the basket, you know, and we're going to cause some problems because those 6'2s and 6'3s at Middle Tennessee are going to have to come out and guard that 6-footer that can put the ball on the floor and that can shoot the ball. That's my style of play. That's what I'm recruiting right now. I'm recruiting 6-foot athletes, 6'1", and you know, I know we don't have it here yet, but I have some rebounders. You know, I've recruited a junior college kid and Ashley Benjamin that can just flat out rebound. Very undersized, 5'9", 5'10", just extremely athletic, and something that you can't teach. She's aggressive to the ball. So I love that. You know, I've played that way a long time, and I like to extend the court. You know, you get a big kid running up and down the court, sometimes they get caught in the middle if it's too fast, and they're not by either goal, and that's kind of how we want to play. You know, we want to kind of get it up. I'm gonna tell you what, my point guard is phenomenal. You know, and Kier Wilridge that I'm bringing in, man, every day I get more and more excited about seeing what her potential is. You know, we know she's not there yet, but boy, I tell you, the sky's the limit for her. And I think you build a program off of a point guard. You know, everybody's talking about height and this and that. I don't think you build it with that. You know, you better have good guard play. Our women's game is predicated on guard play. Now, the bigger the guard, the better. You know, and I know our guards are going to be a little bit small, but they're quick. They can shoot the ball. So, you know, it's going to be a fun situation because we're playing and we're recruiting actually right now those style of play. You know, those kind of players that can really get out and extend the defense and also get out there and guard. You know, so
Coach. You know, another young lady you brought in, of course, from junior college ranks is Bernicia Santiago, and talk a little bit about her and what she brings to the table for you.
Well, you know, we recruited her mainly to score. She's a scorer. She can score inside, and she can, you know, she's just got great moves. She can actually 6'1". She can bring out a post player and gotta go by and put the ball on the floor. Extremely passes the ball extremely well, and so we're excited about her. We just got to get her to buy in on the defensive side. You know, it seems like in the past maybe she really never had to defend, and we're preaching every day that we need her because she's going to be in the middle of the lane a lot of times, guarding in the post, in front of the post, and we need her to buy into what we're doing. So it's work in progress, but she's extremely talented on the offensive side. You know, and I know a lot of people think that you'll win a lot on offense. We'll need her. We're trying to get her to buy in onto rebounding too. You know, if she wants to score some points, a lot of times it's going to be, you know, hitting offensive boards and stuff. So she's getting better daily. She needs, you know, honestly, she needs to work hard every day. You know, her effort. She's, you know, and we're doing that. That's our job, and we're getting her to do that. You know, and I think she can be a very, very good player for us in the future.
Some of the other kids locally here that the fans are either familiar with, Coach, or probably if they've watched the program the last couple of years. Another young lady from STM, Robbie Brown. You know, she's still in the program. And then you've also got Adrienne Prejean from Lafayette High. So, and then of course Brandy Shambo's here. So you've still got a lot of local kids here in the program. Talk a little bit about those players.
Well, the local kids, man, you know, it's just I think a lot of them have followed my career and they know what I'm about. Some of them have played in our programs before. Quite a few of them played for my daughter at St. Thomas More, and you know, she coaches a lot like us, and so that's been it's able for us to kind of move forward a little bit faster because they know what to expect. And you know, Brandy is, I mean, she's phenomenal as far as for how hard she works, and then you know, I'm starting to see some leadership in her too, and she's asking everybody, you know, she's asking everybody to work hard. She's doing it the right way by example. You know, she shows up every day. Robbie Brown's the same way. You know, they want to win, and so they know that it's going to take some hard work and stuff, and so they're getting better daily on fundamentals and stuff. Adrienne Prejean, you know, we had a fundraiser the other night. It seems like she's a fan favorite already, man. She is a extremely hard worker. Played for Casey DeLome and Coach Cade at Lafayette High, won a state championship. She knows how to win, and she wants to win, and she wants to be here at UL. So our local talent is, you know, it's going to be a work in progress, but I'm really, really happy about the local kids we have here. You know, with Kier Wilridge that played at St. Thomas More, Kiki Veal played at St. Thomas More, as well as Brandy Shambo and Brooklyn Arsenault and Robbie Brown. You know, you're talking about 5 kids that played right here at St. Thomas More from this area, and then you got Adrian Prejean from Lafayette High, and you know those kids really want to be here at UL. That's a major thing, because I tell you, the things we do and the things that they have to do aren't always fun. You know, it's a lot of hard work, and they bought in. You know, I'm seeing it already that they're helping us to move forward, these local kids.
Well, I had to bring up Adrian because I went to school with a father, so if I did, I'd be in trouble, Coach. But
well, and he's a great guy too. You know, it's funny how these kids come from great families, and you know they're very supportive of what we're trying to do, and I think everybody understands that, you know, it's going to be a process. You know, I heard Coach Hud say the other day it's a journey, and I'm going to tell you what I enjoy more. I mean, it's a journey and it's a destination. You know, it's where do we want to be at the end of the year, or even in the middle of the year and all that. And he was saying it's about the journey, because you're going to get there and then you got to start over in another journey. I love the journey. You know, I love the practices. I'm more of a teacher than a coach, I feel. I love to teach the game. I love to teach life. I love, you know, so, you know, it's kind of where we're at. And we have those kind of kids that are absorbing it. You know, on the women's side, we're very blessed that these type of athletes want to learn and get better and stuff. So, you know, we're working extremely hard to do that.
Well, Coach, with the last few minutes we have here with you, let's talk a little bit about the schedule. No rest for the weary. You have the exhibition Saturday against the Centenary. Then you're off the next weekend, the Southern, followed up by LSU Shreveport. And then later on this month, you know, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, you know, you start Sun Belt Conference play against probably the favorite in the conference, Middle Tennessee, here at Earl K. Long. So obviously we want to get the fans out and pack the house for that game.
Yeah, I just want to thank whoever fixed the schedule, the commissioner or whoever was in charge of the conference schedule to give us a chance to play Middle this early. You know, I've been in college basketball for a while, and I've never ever played a conference game in November ever. I actually never played one in December. So, in my preparation was the pre-conference games would always try to prepare us for those conference games. So, you know, our 4th game out, we playing the best team in the conference. You know, and Rick Enzo is a heck of a coach. You know, and he'll be prepared, and you know, it's gonna be tough. You know, he does a good job. He's got great players, and so we'll get tested early. You know, and you know, it is what it is. You know, it's a long season. We don't actually take it a game at a time. You know, I've learned a long time ago, and in kids, if they start looking ahead too much, and you know, even in a game, you know, we don't worry about the results of the score. We worry about we play possession for possession. We'll chart each possession and see how many possessions we win during the game, offensive and defensive. So it's kind of what we do. You know, we'll take one game. We got this exhibition coming up with Centenary, and then we get a chance to go to Southern on the next Friday, and you know, our first home game is on the 12th, November 12th, against LSU Shreveport. So we'll take it one at a time, and hopefully we'll be a little bit more prepared to go into the Middle Tennessee game. You know, it is what it is, and we'll face it, we'll fight through, and we'll work hard.
Both you and Coach Moreland get to send those thank you letters for early games against Middle Tennessee early in the season. They also have Middle Tennessee early in the schedule this you know, in the next month. Coach, you know, I'm looking at the schedule. You're out of conference schedule. You see Riverside here. You know, that's a good team coming in. You play at Tulane. Obviously, you've already mentioned Southern and LSU Shreveport, Nebraska, Omaha, Nickel State. So there's some challenging games in there, Coach, and they're all challenging. Obviously, when you take over a program for your first year, and you're trying to get your program instituted and what you're trying to do here. So, but some games for the fans to come out and see. You see, like I said, you see Riverside had good history out there on the West Coast, good program. So they're going to be here. Middle Tennessee's coming in, as you said, on the 24th. So and then UNO, who's been a rival, so to speak. They've been in the Sun Belt. They've had good programs in the past. So an opportunity for Cajun fans to come out, see the girls play early, and watch them grow a little bit.
Yeah, sure. I mean, our schedule, especially with the Tulane game going there, I think that's probably one of the tougher games that we'll have. You know, they've got a great program. They've been playing postseason play for probably the last 8 or 9 years. You know, so we're excited about going into New Orleans and see where we measure up. And you know, the rest of the teams coming in. You know, it's you know, when you take over a program, I think scheduling is important. You know. we didn't have the opportunity to get the exact schedule we want, but it's not bad. I think it'll test us for a program that is we're trying to build, and see where our kids are at. And, we're hoping to get the support from our community to come out and watch, and just take it one possession at a time. We're looking at one possession at a time to try to win these, or to give us an opportunity to win. There's wins in all kind of games. It's not always just the wins and the results at the end of the game, but how are you getting better? How are you working harder? You can continue to work hard when you're challenged. It's easy to work hard when you're winning. It really is. You wake up the next morning, you're ready to go after it. Or we're going to be able to work hard after we have a tough loss or anything. That's what I'm looking at. That builds the program. Just winning does not build a program. So I think we need to go through some challenges. I'm challenging them every day in practice. I'm making the practices harder than the game's going to be. Now with the results, kind of weaken their thoughts and their mind and their effort. Maybe so. We'll find out who can fight through it. We're going to help them to fight through it. So it's just it's exactly what I thought coming in to this job. We're doing exactly what we want to try to do, and trying to get these kids to work hard.
Coach, we want to thank you for giving us the opportunity out of your busy schedule to sit down and talk to you for a few minutes about the girls basketball team and what's going on with the program. We are Cajun fans. If you're listening out there, you'll be able to catch this interview here, video-wise, on Cajun Red Zone, and then of course we're going to run this video again. Interview on Cajun Red Zone Radio next Thursday night between 6 and 7 o'clock. So, Coach, once again, we appreciate your time and giving us a few minutes, and we look forward to talking to you guys more during the season.
Well, I appreciate it, and I tell you what, man, season tickets, I got the best deal in the house, man. $50 for season tickets. You're talking about 15 home games and a few men's games too. So, man, come out and buy them, and support us. We appreciate it. Support the girls.
There you go, Cajun fans. Season tickets, get them soon.